So when we say that occupational frauds, what are the types of frauds? There can be, like I had mentioned, it can be asset misappropriation, there can be corruption, or there can be financial statement frauds. But when we define the frauds, how do we define? It is act or omission of act, doing something which is going to result in damage to another person. The intention is to damage, and or not doing something which may result in damage to the other person. So what is critical is intention. So this is the element how we describe the frauds. So for example, if you are an accountant and if you are preparing the financial statements, you are putting some entries or making some disclosures which are misleading. So you are taking an act, you are doing an act. If you are an auditor, you are supposed to report if any transactions or any disclosures have not been done, then you are doing omission of acting. You have to give in your report whether there is a misstatement or material misstatement. So this is element, these are the elements which are defining or describing the frauds. So it can be accounting manipulations or financial statements, it can be bribery, or it can be in computerized environment. So give you one example. If a company is closing their financial year on 31st March, they have a goods which is supposed to be sold, and the goods is actually sold on, let's say, 3rd of April. But in order to show good picture to their to the stakeholders, it can be the top management, it can be the bankers. If this company says that, okay, we will try to squeeze and show this sale in this year, which is ending on 31st March, preponing it by 3 days, they say that it will not matter much. But actually, that is doing something which is incorrect. Similarly, if an expense has happened, it has accrued on 28th or 29th of March, and the company say we will not show that as an expense and we will later on, we will book it in the next year. That is also, that can amount to fraud. So these are, there is a very thin line where you say that, okay, this is a fraud or this is not a fraud. But if you look at what regulators are expecting nowadays, especially the NAFRA, when you are dealing with public listed companies, public interest entities, they say that the auditor will need to report such frauds, or if the auditor is suspecting that there is a fraud, they will need to report to the ministry or the regulator under section 143(12).